Likewise.
Last name?
Yeah, that's my last name.
Tovar, Mr. Tovar. Yeah, I come because I don't know how to do all that, get Zoom.
No worries.
No, so how they, sabe qué es.
I got you.
How I lawyer, man, why do you do that, just Zoom?
I understand. Happy?
It says,
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Today is March the 10th. The court's going to call the docket. Please mute yourselves until I call on you so you don't interrupt the call of the docket. 558-626 State versus Domingo Ibarra, attorney Jerry Valdez.
Here, Your Honor.
Who's responding?
Domingo.
Good morning, Mr. Ibarra.
Yes, sir.
Valdez, attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you here, Jerry? No, he's not. All right. Check around, Mr. Ibarra. 606-768 State versus Jacob Lara, attorney Sean Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Have you heard from your attorney?
Yes, sir. I believe if he's not on the call right now, I'm not too sure, but I did talk to him yesterday verbally.
All right, well, stick around.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. 625-758 State versus William Castillo, attorney Matthew Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm present for Mr. Castillo, and he's on as well.
Good
I'm
morning.
willing to confer today, please.
Thank you, sir. You're number one to confer.
Thank you.
627-462 State versus Armando Rodriguez, attorney Tony Jimenez III. Armando Rodriguez, absent. Tony Jimenez, no response. 633-699 State versus Julie Hildebrand, attorney Elizabeth Russell. Julie Hildebrand.
Can't even hear.
Julie Hildebrand is absent. Elizabeth Russell, attorney. No response. 637-087 State versus Alex Martinez, attorney Abel Dominguez.
Yes, Your Honor. Present.
Good morning, Abel.
Good morning, Judge. I'd like to be placed on line to confer, please.
Yes, sir. Is your client here?
I think he is. Yes, Your Honor.
Alex Martinez.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Martinez. 637-164 State versus Matthew Anthony, attorney, no attorney.
I'm Your Honor. You've reset me several times. I was requesting I have a meeting on the 14th with the Mary's Law Clinics. They're going to help provide me with an. I was just asking. You've already reset me several times. I'm a sole custody dad. I just can't afford an attorney, and
Right.
I qualify with my.
We'll have you reapply and we'll take a look.
Judge,
Yes?
it's Elizabeth Russell. I'm so sorry. I was unable to unmute right as you were calling me.
All righty.
It's
Then I'll
Julie
mark
Ann
you.
Hildebrand, Judge. It's just two before the one you just called.
She did not reply. Is she there now?
I'm here.
Okay.
Right here.
Ms. Russell, what are you doing this morning?
Judge, we have been conferring on this case. The case is rather old. I know that there's a new ADA in your court, so I want to catch them up to speed if I can.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Can I
Did
talk
you-
to the ADA, Judge?
Are you going, okay, yes. You are number 3 to confer.
And Judge, may my client be excused? She has worked this morning, and I have great contact with her. I've had great contact with her for almost 2 years now.
All right, Ms. Hildebrand, you're excused this morning. Your attorney will be doing some work for you. She's asked you to be excused.
And Julie, I'll reach out as soon as I hear something.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
641-377, State versus Domingo Zapata, and that's Jesse Hernandez.
Judge Chris Castro here for Domingo Zapata. We finished the paperwork this morning. We should be ready to go forward with the plea.
Where is Mr. Zapata?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Zapata.
Morning.
Judge,
All right.
Judge
Oh,
Matthew
yes.
Anthony.
Pardon me?
I'm not, this is Matthew Anthony. I'm not sure what you wanted me to redo because we were interrupted when you told me to reapply. So what do I do from here now?
Just wait. Ms. Flores will get back to you after I call the docket.
Okay, thank you, sir.
643-639, State versus Jose Giron. Fernando Ramos is the attorney.
Yes, I'm here.
Who is here? Hello,
Don't want
Hello.
to be here.
Jose Giron.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. And Fernando Ramos.
We're here, Judge.
Pardon me?
We're ready for a plea, but not feeling well right now, Judge. We could take the plea next week. He needs an interpreter as well. He's talked to an immigration lawyer. They have filed papers on his behalf. He's satisfied that he can take this
All
plea.
right, you want a reset, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
All
Also, I have another case on page 4.
Let me finish this one,
Yes, sir.
please.
Sorry.
On this case, on Mr. Giron, what is
Yes,
it
sir.
you're seeking? You want a reset for how long?
2 weeks would be fine, Judge.
Then reset 2 weeks. Ms. Flores.
0324.
Thank you.
Okay, Fernando, what else you got?
Page 4, 664179, Moses Arellano. We filed an application for a pretrial diversion, Judge, and we're waiting for the response
When did you file it, Fernando?
today.
Today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we're gonna give you about 60 days to get, let the dust settle on that.
Appreciate your understanding, Judge. Thank you.
Sure.
May the 5th on that one.
I'm sorry,
May 5th.
May 5th.
645-772, State versus Robert Sanford, attorney, Robert Barons, judge. Robert Sanford.
Judge, I'm present. I will need to confer on that case.
Is it
I don't know if Mr.
Judge Barons?
Sanford is. I'm sorry.
Judge Barons, hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need to confer on that case. I'm not sure if Mr. Sanford is present.
Doesn't sound like it. Robert Sanford. He's absent at this point. Judge, make sure he reports.
I'll see if I
And
got a number.
I'll schedule you to confer. 647-316, State versus Albert Medina, attorney, Jaime Aldape.
Good morning.
I'm here for Mr. Albert Medina. Judge, this was set for a plea this morning because he doesn't have a computer or email address. He also has some issues with the phone. I've tried to call the last phone I have with him and I haven't had any response, Judge. I'd ask for just a little time to send him a letter in the mail and hopefully he responds back.
Sir, uninterrupted, the deputy, he's here in person, just, no.
Oh, yeah, I told him to come in person here. So,
All right. Well, we call you in 1 week, Mr. Aldape.
thank you, Judge. And can I be put in a breakout so I can give him my contact number so he can call me?
Ms. Flores, would you please place Mr. Aldape and Mr. Medina in breakout?
Okay.
Thank you. 647-519, State versus Mark Crandale, attorney, John Etheridge.
Present, Your Honor.
Get you a pen.
Which one's present?
Mark Crandall.
Good morning, Mr. Crandall. Is Mr. Etheridge Are you here, Mr. Etheridge?
He's,
Attorney John Etheridge, no response.
he's logging on, Judge, actually.
You'll have to wait. 649-109, State versus Casimiro Herrera, no attorney. Casimiro Herrera. Casimiro Herrera is absent.
Casimiro Herrera.
Hello. Mr. Casimiro Herrera, are you there? Somebody trying to be funny. 656-470, State versus Henry Robertson, no attorney. Henry Robertson. Last call, Henry Robertson is absent. Going on to page 3.
Judge, I'm done conferring. Is it okay if I announce to the court or would you like me to wait?
Just wait a little bit. 657-024, State versus Martin Rodriguez, attorney Neil Kalfas.
Hi, your attorney, Jonathan Chavez, present for Neil Kalfas.
I'm here too. I'm present.
Thank you both for answering timely and diligently. What are you doing this morning, Mr. Chavez?
Your Honor, Mr. Rodriguez has a felony pending out of the same case. This is a UCW out of his felony drug case. The felony is set for March 28th.
Okay. Let's do 30 days, Ms. Flores.
Okay, April the 7th.
Thank you.
You got that, Mr. Chavez?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Mr., do you have anything else this morning?
No, that's it, Your Honor.
Then you and Mr. Rodriguez are excused.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. 658-513, State versus Chad Marroquin, attorney Timothy Roundtree. Chad Marroquin. Chad Marroquin is absent, and Mr. Roundtree is not responding. 658-806, State versus Page Clyde, attorney Gregory Van Cleve. Page Clyde. Page Clyde is absent. Gregory Van Cleve, attorney. No response. 659-426, State versus Anthony Gloria, attorney Jerry Valdez.
Yeah, this is Anthony Gloria. I'm here.
Good morning, Mr.
Morning,
Gloria.
Judge. I think we had requested a trial on this case, Judge.
You think, or you are requesting? Tell me which.
No, we are requesting a trial setting on this.
And you will be on the trial setting? What is it, Ms. Flores?
May the 6th.
May the 6th.
And Judge, I had Mr. Ibarra on the very first page, Domingo Ibarra.
Yes, sir. You
Number
weren't here
one.
when I called it. That's correct.
Yeah, I logged in a little late. 558-626.
All right, sir.
He is present, and I'll confer with the state. This is over 5 years old, and I'll file a speedy trial motion on this.
5 years old. All right. Is it fermented?
It's done. I think it's done dead and smells.
All right. We'll put you on the list for conferring.
Thank you, Judge.
And Judge, if I may briefly, I had Albert Medina, the client who showed up in person. It's going to be recalled to next week. Do I get a date later or will they email that to me?
No, I can give it to you right now. I can give you the 17th.
Perfect. Thank you so much. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, there was somebody else tried to respond a while ago.
Mr. Aldape, that's going to be in person.
May 17th.
Let me just check my schedule real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
Wait till he finishes, just to make sure.
Someone conferred and wanted to report a moment ago. Who was that?
Ms. Russell,
Elizabeth Russell. Which case was it?
she seems like she's talking to somebody else right now, Judge.
Hildebrand, was it? Liz Russell.
She's talking to somebody, Judge. I don't know
Okay.
who.
All right.
And Linda, the 17th, I'm in federal court in Del Rio in person. Is there another date that's available?
How about the next day, the 18th?
18th. And yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I'll be there in person with the client.
Okay, thank you.
659-481, State versus Javier Limon. Attorney Ivan Barrera.
I'm here, Judge. Good morning, Judge. I'm present as well.
Good morning to you both. What are you doing, Ivan?
Judge, I'd like to confer with the state.
I will list you to confer. You have other cases, right?
That's the only one, Judge. May my client be excused?
Of course, Mr. Limon, your attorney will be doing some work for you. He will get back in touch. You stay in communication with him.
All right.
660-568, State versus Keenan, England. He is in jail. Attorney Javier Padilla. Well, we know Mr. England.
I'm here, Judge. I was trying to unmute. Good morning to you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Padilla, or should I say good afternoon?
Sorry, Judge. Yes, he's in custody. He's got 2 felonies pending in the 437th, and we had a court setting in that court January 21. However, the court canceled that setting, and we don't have a new hearing date from the 437th. So I would like to get a reset until that court sets the felonies.
We'll give you a 60-day reset, felony pending.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May 5th.
May 5th. Thank you. Are we in person by that time?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Page 4, 661-619. State versus Carlos Coppins, attorney Tim Roundtree.
Yes, Judge. I'm present. Carlos Coppins.
Good morning, Mr. Coppins. Mr. Roundtree does not appear to be answering this morning, so you'll have to stick around a little while.
That's no problem. He had texted me saying that he was in another court.
Okay. 661-888, State versus Juan Castañeda, attorney Rene Munoz.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. I'm present and he is present as well on the Zoom. I do see him labeled as Juan Castañeda. Juan, can you unmute and announce yourself to the judge, please?
Hi, I'm present.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Judge, just an update on this case. We have all the plea paperwork in and we're ready to enter a plea before the court at the court's convenience, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Castañeda, when we have these hearings, consider yourself in court. That means you need to take your cap off, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. What did you want to say, Mr. Munoz? You got a plea going, right?
Yes, Judge, we're ready to enter a plea. So do you want us to reapproach when you're done calling the docket, maybe a little bit thereafter?
Yeah, if you're going to go ahead and do the plea, you got all your paperwork done, it looks like, then we'll do it about between 10:15 and 10:30.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
663-020, State versus James Corona, no attorney. James Corona. James Corona is absent. One on page 5.
Hey, Judge, this is Anthony Gloria. I was just, you said I had a trial setting for May the 6th. I just wanted to know if I was excused so I could go to work already.
Did we excuse him or did we already reset that, Linda?
I said I had a.
Yes, Anthony Gloria. Yeah, that's a trial. So May 6th. Yes.
All right, so you're excused, sir. Take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. 666-212, State versus Armani Mitchell, attorney, Abelardo Garza.
I'm present on that, Your Honor, and he's present, and I'd like to confer.
All right, sir. You listed to confer. 666-564, State versus Jessica Lozano, attorney, Aaron Diaz.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ms. Lozano is on standby. She notified me last night that she was running 102 fever. And this morning she wasn't doing any better. If possible, I ask for at least a week reset. If not, I can have her log in and present herself.
She's running 106 fever.
102, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, if it's 106, you better call 911.
Yeah.
All right, recall 10 days, more or less.
March 24th?
That works.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, sir, you are. 667-652, State versus Angela Smith, attorney. George Schaefer.
Present, Your Honor. Angela
Buenos
Smith.
dias.
Angela Smith is also present.
All right, and what are you doing, George?
She still has a felony pending. We'd ask for a 60-day reset.
Okay, felony pending, unindicted,
Unindicted.
reset 60.
May 5th.
May 5th.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. May Angela and I be excused, Your Honor.
This is el 5 de mayo. Yes, sir, Mr. Schaefer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 667-919, State versus Priscilla Carrion, attorney. Jesus Gomez.
Mr. Gomez called. He's not feeling good, so we're recalling the plea for next Thursday.
Okay, reset for plea. Very good. 668014, State versus Juan Miranda, no attorney. Juan Miranda is absent. 671118, State versus DeAndre Merritt, attorney. Mary Petracek.
I'm here.
Mr. Merritt.
I'm here.
Good morning, Mr. Merritt.
Good morning.
Have you heard from your attorney?
No, sir.
All right, well, stick around. Let's see if she shows up.
Well,
672210.
with this project here.
672210, State versus Randy Barron, who is in jail. Attorney is Patrick Lamas.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am present on that. On that case, can I get a breakout room to confer with a prosecutor?
Conferring, yes, sir. We'll put you down to confer.
I also have another case on your docket.
Which is?
For Angelica Ramirez. It's on the next page. Case number 672639.
672639. State
Yes,
versus Angelica Ramirez. Ms. Ramirez,
Yes, sir. I'm here, Your Honor.
good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm going to do a plea on that one. I am well, thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Mr. Lamas, this is going to be a plea.
Yes, Your Honor. We should have all the paperwork in as of this morning.
I always love it when people say we should or I should. Yes, you're right. All right, let's see what happens on that one. Meantime, I've got you marked for conferring on the other. 672301, State versus Hector Silvas, attorney. Rene Munoz.
He's conferring, I think.
I think he's here, but what about Hector Silvas? Hector Silvas is absent, going on to page 6. 672543, State versus Donald Deary, attorney, Kirk Sherman. Kirk Sherman, no response. Donald Deary, absent.
He's in custody.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so he is not absent. He's involuntarily present. 673186, State versus Ariana Agüeros, attorney, Eduardo Garcia.
Good morning, Judge. We are ready for a plea this morning. Paperwork is in.
Already.
Can I circle back, Judge? I have a plea at in about 5 minutes in the 227.
Eddie, go right ahead. I can figure you to be we're going to do a bunch of them at about between 10:15, 10:30. So
Okay, I'm going to appear in person in your court, Judge, since I have an in person in the 227th. Is that all right?
that's fine with me. No
Okay, I'll
problem
see you
at
in a
all.
bit. Okay,
All right, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
674047 State versus Madison Clanty, attorney. Kirby Walland.
Morning, Judge. We're both present and ready for a plea,
Have you got all your paperwork done?
as far as I know.
Okay,
All right.
okay, stick around. 674062 State versus Joanna Bobo, attorney. Andrea Matos.
Yes, Your Honor, I am present and Ms. Bowo is also present as Zoom user, I believe, if she can speak up and just let the judge know that you're there.
I'm
sorry.
here.
Yeah. Now, what was your announcement?
May I confer, Your Honor?
Yes, of course, yes. All right, you are listed to confirm, ma'am. 674355 State versus Hector Sanchez, attorney. Jason Goss.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here and my client is present as well.
All right, Mr. Goss, what are you going to do this morning?
Yes, Your Honor, we still do not have co-ban video. I won't really be able to confer with the prosecutor until we get full discovery, so we'd like a reset to continue to try to get that.
Discovery incomplete. We're going to reset you 30 days.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. May me and my client be excused?
You are both excused. Thank you for being here promptly.
April 7th.
April 7th. Hector, you're excused. Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. 674370 State versus John Benavides, attorney. Brenda Levenstein.
John Benavides, present. Your
Good morning, Mr. Benavides. Brenda? Brenda Levenstein, no response. Stick around, Mr. Benavides.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you related to the former judge, John Benavides?
No, Your Honor, but you mentioned it last time. You said he's a great man. He bore you in.
You did. You have a good memory. You remember that. I didn't remember talking to you about it, but you're right. All right. Stick around.
Yes, sir.
676510 State versus Benjamin Galvan, attorney. John Garcia.
I'm present, Your
Galvan.
Honor. My client's present as well.
Very good.
We have our paperwork
Steve,
in.
We'll take your plea between 10:15, 10:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
678810 State versus John Lopez. Mr. Lopez. John Christopher Lopez, absent. 678859 State versus Jeremy Littlejohn, attorney. Kelly Green.
Judge, I'm sorry, this is the deputy. Mr. Lopez was present in court. I was muted, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
This is Deputy Tomar, Mr. Lopez, John Lopez, the one you read previously. He's in court in person.
Oh, he's in the courtroom?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, stick around. We're gonna have to give you a new attorney. Mr. Driggins has been hired by the DAs and it's bad form to be hired by the DA and you're trying to defend somebody. So
Okay.
stick around, sir.
Okay, yes, sir.
Let them make a note of that so we can get him a new attorney.
Yes.
Are you good?
Jeremy Littlejohn is absent.
Attorney. It was
Pardon me?
that you said, or
678865 State versus William Blue, no attorney. William Blue. Absent. We have two add-ons. 659373 State versus Danny Joe Anderson. Ricardo Briones is attorney.
I'm here, sir, Your Honor. Danny Anderson.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
Good morning, sir.
Ricardo Briones, attorney.
He knows about it. He should be here. I think he's probably in another courtroom.
You're right, he should be here. I've marked him not responding. 639427. State versus Javier Morales, Attorney. Armando.
Roman present, Your Honor. Armando Roman is present, Your Honor, and so is my client, Mr. Morales.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Good morning to you
Javier.
both, gentlemen. Okay, Armando, what are you doing this morning?
Can you put me in the long line to confer with the ADA, Your Honor?
The line is not that terribly long, si vieras. So we're gonna put you to confer. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's my docket for this morning. Attorneys who did not answer when they were supposed to and need to report, let's hear it.
Judge Mary Peterzak here. My apologies. I think I logged on moments after you called the case. I thought I had a more time. It's on page 5, Deandra Merritt, case number 671118. I just need a moment to confer with the state.
Deandra Merritt responded. Your defendant is present.
Well, I'm glad one of us made it on time.
I am too. So you're gonna confer, you said?
Yes, Judge. I see Miss Linda's already got me in a room. Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, Ivan Barrera here.
Ivan Barrera. Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. I have an update on my case. It's cause number 659-481.
659-481.
Page 3, Judge.
Yes. Ivan Barrera. Yes, sir. What's your announcement?
Judge, the state is allowing him to apply for PTD. I've already submitted the PTD application, so we just need a reset so all that can get processed.
Okay, let's give you 60 days to do that.
May 5th.
That'll work, Judge. Thank you. Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Hi, Judge.
And Judge, that's it for me. May I be excused?
Of course you are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, this is Abelardo Garza.
Somebody else is trying to respond first.
Yeah, my name's Angela Smith. My name wasn't called.
What is your name?
Angela Smith.
Sorry?
Angela, Angela Smith.
Angela Smith.
Yes, sir.
We call that name on the docket.
Do you
Linda
have-
Flores?
Yes, do you have a case number, Miss Smith?
No, ma'am, I do not.
A SID number that I can look at? Angela Smith, I found you. Judge, it's on page 5.
Really?
667652.
George Schaefer's case. He said she was present. And that case has been reset 60 days.
To May 5th, Miss Smith.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know how I missed that. Thank you so much.
Stay in communication with Mr. Schaefer, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, attorneys, who needs to report?
Abelardo Garza, Judge.
Case number, Mr.
It's
Garza.
on page 5, case number 666-212. The first one on page 5.
666-212. Talk to me. What are you doing?
Judge, I've conferred with the state and they're gonna allow him to pay it back and for dismissal, so we need some time for him to pay it back.
30 days?
Well, we need a little more than that, I think, Judge.
45.
All right, it's $1,000 he owes.
All right,
April 21st.
That's
Okay,
going to be
thank
for
you.
dismissal, you said, Mr. Garza?
Pardon me?
You said it's going to be for a dismissal?
Yes, he needs to pay back $1,000, Judge, and then they'll dismiss it.
Well, give him a check. You'll be all right.
I wish I had that kind of money.
Yeah, you know, I know you get in line for free cheese, right?
Yeah.
All right, who's next? Attorneys?
May we be excused, Your Honor? May we be
sir.
excused, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, of course.
Judge, if I can report on Mr. Ibarra, first page, 558626, the 5-year-old case.
Yes, sir.
Kenny's gonna try and reach out to the complainant, but he said he's gonna dismiss it.
All right. You smooth talker, you convinced him that a 5-year-old case might have a problem with speedy trial, right?
And then I have a second, Mr. Gloria, who has multiple cases, 659-426. He's the one that we asked for a jury trial, but I'm gonna confer with my client. We can keep it on the trial docket, Judge, but if he accepts a PTD, then we'll apply for PTD, and I'll tell Kenny, and I'll tell the court.
As of right now, you asked for a trial setting, that's what you got.
Yes, sir.
All right, anything else, Mr. Valdez?
No, and Linda, can you give me that court date again?
For the trial, yes, May the 6th.
Okay, May 6th.
Next attorney.
Your Honor, it's Matthew Brown.
Matthew Brown, give me a case number, Matthew.
It's on the first page. It's 625758, William Castillo.
William Castillo. Mr.
Sir.
Brown, talk to me.
The state's offered pretrial diversion. We'll have that application in this afternoon.
All right, pretrial diversion, we'll give you 60 days to let that simmer and get done.
May 5th.
Got it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. You're excused. You don't have
Thank
anything
you.
else, do you?
No, sir, I do not.
You're excused, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
Next attorney,
Judge Hayden, this is Abel Dominguez.
Abel Dominguez.
I am here on Alex Martinez, page 1, 637087.
Say, which one?
First,
637087, Alex Martinez.
yes,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Mhm.
The state has made an offer concerning a ABI that he recently picked up, I believe, in January. That would encompass all these cases. So I would just request a reset so I can talk everything over with him, and we can make an informed decision from there.
Abel, you've been reset 10 times.
Okay, I didn't know that already on this case. Then, okay.
How soon can you be ready?
If the court will give me a week or two, I can absolutely talk with him by then.
Let's do 2 weeks, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
March 24th.
Okay, thank you very much. May me and my client be excused?
Yes, sir. You are excused. Take care of yourself. Regards
Thank
to your dad.
I will.
Judge,
Next attorney, hello.
yes, can I make an announcement on Jan Bobo, case number 674062? She's on page 6 of the docket.
6740 what?
062, Your Honor.
Joanna Bobo. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Matos.
Yes, Your Honor. So we just got an offer today. If we can get a 30-day reset to relay the offer and view the discovery with the client.
Reset 30 days. That's granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Linda, do you have a date or?
Yes, I'm sorry. Give me a
No, it's okay.
second. I'm sorry, April 7th.
Perfect.
Next
Thank you.
attorney. Attorneys, who has to report?
Judge, Bob Behrens, I can report.
Judge Behrens, talk to me. Case number. Don't disappear on me, Judge. Bob Behrens,
Excuse me, if I'm able to be, if I'm able to leave the courtroom,
No, you need to wait.
Hello,
ma'am.
can you hear me now?
Bob Behrens, I hear you now.
Great. Robert Sanford, due to the nature of the case, the state needs to speak with the supervisor before they can provide an offer, but they told me they will get me my discovery. There is also a case that Kelly has, Jeremy Littlejohn, I believe, that I can confer on while I'm here if you like.
Well, Robert Sanford did not respond. Is he here now?
He is not, Judge. I have called, texted his bondsman, and he's looking for him now.
All right, for right now, this is a failure to appear.
All right,
I'll give you a week to produce him.
sure.
All right, what else did you want to do with him?
Just a reset so the state can talk to their supervisor. and get me the discovery.
I won't do that as long as he's a failure to appear.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, Judge. Then other than that, no, we don't need to do anything on him. But you should have I think it's Jeremy Littlejohn on your docket, that Kelly's case.
It's on the last page.
And I'd be glad to confer about that since I'm already here.
Alrighty. Let's see.
678-859, Judge.
Yeah, your defendant did not show up on that one either. And that is that's 3 felony pending. 2 of them, well, all 3 of them are unindicted.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let her know that he failed to appear to see if she can get in touch with him.
Alrighty. Judge, take care of yourself.
You too, Judge.
Next attorney. Attorneys, any attorneys need to report?
Douglas Kapmeyer, Your Honor. Patricia Aleman, I can't see her in the room, but there's one person that just says Zoom. Miss Aleman, are you in the meeting?
What's the case
Your Honor?
number, Kapmeyer? Mr.
6,
Kapmeyer,
6,
what's the case number?
663-883.
That's on page 4. 663, what?
883. Patricia Aleman.
Is that an add-on, Linda?
I don't see it, but I mean, it could be a glitch because I see that it's in the system.
It's not on the docket.
No.
Well, I will tell you, I don't have a note that we contacted her before today, and I was going to tell the court that. So do we wait for another setting?
Yeah, make a note on that, Linda. Make sure that we get them a new setting.
Okay.
We wait for notice?
How long, Judge?
I'll give them 30 days in this case.
I have all the discovery, Your Honor. I'd rather not wait forever. I mean,
All right,
2
well,
weeks.
give me 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
the 24th.
1 second, please. I think I just saw something was a problem on the 24th yesterday. I have to be in Fort Bend County at 10 o'clock.
Okay, the 23rd or 25th?
Or what?
23rd or 25th?
I can do that if it's by Zoom.
It'll be, we are starting in person next week.
No, tell them we don't want that. I could be there late. I've got a juvenile adjudication that morning.
Okay, which day?
In Guadalupe, the 25th.
Okay, I'll put you down for the 25th.
Okay.
Are you going to be late on the 25th, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right, make a note of that, Linda.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If that's all your excuse, then take care. All right, attorneys, who else needs to report?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Patrick Lamas. I
Mr.
conferred on Randy Barron. I believe we were on page 5 of your docket. Let's see.
5,
Yes, sir.
672-210.
say again.
672-210.
All right. Your client is sitting in the Bexar County Hilton, Randy Barron. What's the
Yes, Your Honor.
result of your conferring, sir?
It looks like we're gonna have to set it for trial. The state was asking some time to consult with the felony prosecutor, but I think it's clear that these cases are distinct from those, so.
Okay, then you're set for trial. You will report.
May
I
5th.
can call May 6th.
I'm sorry, yes, May 6th, sorry.
All right, who else? Attorneys needs to report?
Your Honor, Armando Roman for Javier Morales.
Case number.
He's on the add-on list.
It's an add-on, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Roman.
This The state made one last plea offer, Your Honor, and they want a response by March 31st. Or will we put on the trial docket?
Okay. Just reset it for the 31st. Then there'll be no doubt of who says what and what the outcome is.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
This is Tim Roundtree. May I approach?
The late Tim Roundtree. How you doing, Tim?
I'm doing well. I'm not too late, fortunately.
No, you're not too terribly late. You're right. What cases are you talking about? You got
Judge,
a couple of them at least.
I've got two on the docket today. The first one is on page 3, and that's Mr. Marroquin.
Number 3.
On page
658-513. Chad Marroquin was absent.
Judge, he's here now, and I didn't get the link to him until a good bit late, so that's more on me than him, Judge.
All right, Mr. Marroquin.
Yes, sir.
You be sure when you're on the docket, you answer at 9 o'clock when I call you.
Yes, sir. I didn't hear my name. Sorry about that.
Tim, what you got?
Judge, he has a pending felony out of the same transaction. I would ask for a reset. We're trying to get it all wrapped up in one.
Okay, your felony is unindicted as of the printing of this docket.
Correct.
Okay, then we're going to reset you 60 days.
May 5th on that one.
Okay.
Then your second one, Tim?
It is on page 4, Your Honor. And let's see here. 661-619, Mr. Coppins. And I believe I saw his name.
He did respond promptly.
Yes.
And what are you doing on that one?
Judge, we've worked and done some classes and things up front. I just need to provide those to the state and confer with them. I really can't confer today. If I could have a 30-day reset for plea, and we'll get it wrapped up.
Okay, make sure that's into it because it's been reset 8 times.
Yes, sir.
Reset for plea.
April 7th.
That's fine. And Judge, we're going back in your court in person. Is that all courts, or is that just going to be some courts?
I think it's supposed to be all courts, but I'm not going to speak for the others right today.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Take care, Tim.
Thanks. And
Next
callers-
attorney. Attorneys need to report. Hello.
Judge Mary Peterzak, if I could go to a breakout room with my client, Mr. Merritt.
Linda, would you place them in breakout, please?
Yes. Let me move you to 13.
Thank you.
Next attorney. Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Mark Crandall. Case number 647-519. Mr. Etheridge is in another meeting at the moment.
Give me the case number for Mr. Etheridge.
647-519, sir. I believe I'm on the first or second page.
Second page. All right. You are,
He's Mark Crandall, Judge. He's the defendant.
well, his screen says Eddie Crandall.
I go by Eddie.
Okay, so it's Mark Edward Crandall, but you go by Eddie. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
And Mr. Etheridge, you said is in another court?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll stick around till he gets here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. for
Thank you, Your Honor.
Reporting.
Your
Attorney,
Honor, excuse me, sir. It appears my lawyer Armando Roman has logged off. May I log off as well?
I believe that matter was reset, was it not, Linda?
To the 31st.
Yes, it
All
was.
right, yes, sir, you are excused. Thank you for sticking
Okay.
around. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day.
I'll try, you too. Next attorney, attorneys, hello. All right, everybody just waiting to confer.
Judge, can I ask you, this is Matthew Anthony.
I know you've reset me and you told me to wait to talk to Linda to reapply, but I did reapply through a thing. Like I make 147,000 a year, sir. And it's just because of my expenses with my two children, I'm still 300 short of being able to pay the attorney when I talked to him, Sean Henriksen. That's why I reached out to the school of St. Mary's. If you could just give me another week, I could definitely have an attorney paid for. I'm not just asking you to reset me to push the case aside, sir. I do want to take care of it myself because this is very costly for time. But I don't think I'll qualify if I do reapply.
No kidding.
Yeah, and so I really am a sole custody dad. I don't have any help from the mom, so my expenses are pretty high. My two daughters, but I will have that taken care of within like 7 days.
We're gonna recall you in 1 week.
They'll be fine. Yes, sir.
March the 17th, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you much, Judge. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Attorneys, anybody? All right, I'm gonna sweep through here and see the defendants who did not answer, see if they're here now. Starting with Armando Rodriguez. Armando Rodriguez. Casimiro Herrera. Casimiro Herrera. Henry Robertson. Henry Robertson. Paige Clyde. Paige Elizabeth Clyde. James Corona. James Corona. Juan Miranda. Juan Miranda. Héctor Silvas. William Blue. William Blue. Okay, folks. Any attorneys need to report?
Judge, this is Tim Roundtree. I apologize. There was one other thing I needed to ask you about.
Yes, sir.
Judge, next week is a spring break for my kids, and I have a couple of cases set, nothing for disposition as far as I can recall. May I ask for just a blanket reset, and I'll send Ms. Flores an email about those?
I don't know about blanket resets, maybe pillow resets. Or
there we go. Just a short one, Judge.
Tim, you enjoy your children. It's the spring break is always fun. Sometimes I get upset that the spring breaks come along with crazy weather. So
right.
Let's see what happens.
We'll hope it's
Linda,
good.
be sure and give Mr. Roundtree appropriate resets.
Yes.
I'll email you, Linda. Thank you, Judge. Y'all have a good day.
You too. Take care of yourself and your family. How many you got, Tim?
I have 4 kiddos, 22, 20, 17, and 12. Last one was a good surprise.
Live at home?
Right now, just 2.
All right.
It changes during the summers when they get a break from school, they come home. So then it's a lot of big people in the house.
Yeah. All right, guy. Have a good week.
You too, Judge.
I got to. Attorneys, anybody else? All righty. Court's going to be in recess while the conferring is done. It is 9:54. I'll check back with y'all around 10:15 or so.
Your Honor, real quick, just to let you know, whenever the court's ready, we're ready for a plea on Angelica Ramirez.
Who?
Angelica Ramirez, page 6 of your docket.
Page 6 on my docket.
Yes, sir. The second one on the page 6.
Angelica Ramirez. All right. We also have Agüeros. Looks like we're okay. What are these?
That's mama's. This one's mama's.
Okay, that one already, I remember seeing this on Adobe.
It's still there for your signature in this one.
This one's still there?
But I can print them. You want me to
No,
print them?
no, I'm good.
These are the only two.
I went,
Everything else is ready.
hold on a second, let me check that. Okay, folks, I'll be out for a little bit.
Judge, may I approach?
Hello? Hello? Is this thing still on or no?
Hey, they're in recess, brother, until 10:15.
Damn it, sorry.
That's you. But you're my lawyer or what? I can't hear you for shit, but I know my lawyer's John Garcia. Your name says Kirk Sherman. Hello. I can I'm telling you, who's John Garcia? You're putting a magnifying glass to your computer with glasses on.
All right. I think it is 10:20. Who's here on a plea?
I am, Your Honor. John Garcia, Benjamin Galvan.
Right. Let's see. Benjamin Galvan, gotcha.
Judge, I'm also here on a plea this morning on Juan Castaneda. This is
Okay, let me put it this way. I'll be right with you. Here.
Yes, sir.
Right. Blake Etheridge, are you here? Blake Etheridge.
He's still, this is Mark Crandall again, sir. He's still in a meeting.
Okay. Then we have Ricardo Briones on Danny Anderson. Ricardo Briones.
Sir, been in contact with him. He's still in another court.
All right.
About 3 or 4 times.
Rene Munoz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we actually have somebody here.
Of course.
For Patrick Lamas
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm present.
on Angela Ramos. Okie dokie. Eddie Garcia. Is Eddie back yet? Eduardo Garcia.
No.
Then we have John Garcia on Benjamin Galvan. Yes. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes.
Present, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Present, Your Honor.
I hear you.
I'm gonna mute myself out.
I'm waiting a couple of minutes because I told people that we'd go between 10:15 and 10:30. At 10:30, I'm gonna start taking care of these pleas, those that are here and ready.
Judge, can I make an announcement to the court on my client Armando Rodriguez?
And who seeks to make that announcement?
The seeker, Tony Jimenez.
Hey, the third. You notice my enunciation.
Yes, I did.
All right, Tony, what you got? How you doing, Tony?
Fine, Judge. Judge, I have not been able to contact Mr. Rodriguez. I've gone through different numbers, even the bond company, and I haven't made contact.
Well, to his chagrin, because we're gonna put a warrant out for him in 1 week.
Okay, Your Honor. I'll attempt to get him here, but again, they've been futile, but I'll try again.
Okay, for right now, he's a failure to appear.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Of course, take care.
Judge,
Yes.
Mary Peterzak, I have Mr. DeAndre Merritt on the docket on page 5. If we could be put on the trial docket on that
Well,
case.
I want to know, first of all, the definitive pronunciation, because previously you had told me Petracek. And then now.
But
it's
then
Petracek.
Russia started invading Ukraine, and I feel like Peterzak is like, I don't want to sound like those people.
Like what?
I don't want my last name to sound Russian. So like I've conformed back from Petrashek to Peterzak, which is like yeah.
It could,
All right.
it could be Ukrainian.
Well, I just
The Ukrainians sound Russian.
they do. That's true, but I just don't want to be mixed up with the wrong side. So that's
Okay, Miss Peterzak.
thank you, Judge.
That's much better than Peter Whack.
That's true. That is my poor husband probably when he was in grade school got everything thrown at him, I'm sure. But that's it, Judge. That's all I got today. May I be excused?
What is your announcement on that?
Oh, yes, Judge. So Mr. Merritt wants to exercise his constitutional right to a trial. If we could go on to a trial docket.
We're gonna put you on trial docket. You're gonna have to be here for docket call on May the 6th.
I look forward to it, Judge.
As Jimmy Durante would say, and you probably don't remember who that is, but he'd say in poison.
I love it, Judge. Thank you. May I be excused?
Do you happen to have a recollection of Jimmy Durante?
Mm-mm. I do not.
He was a great little bald comedian. He always wore a hat, and he had a big nose. And one of his favorite. I know I'm taking everybody's time, but when you get old, you start sharing stories. He would say he'd start off with some lady saying something about a banana, and he'd say, "Lady, that's no banana. That's my nose."
He also had a call off, and it was, I think it was good night, Miss Calabash, wherever you are.
Exactly. Good night, Miss
Yes.
Calabash, wherever you are.
Leave it.
Now,
Leave it.
I don't
To,
think I ever found an explanation for that, by the way, because that was not his wife. Of course, maybe that speaks volumes by itself, huh?
I'm gonna have to look him up, Judge. You said Jimmy Durante?
Durante.
Durante?
Durant, yeah.
Yeah, that was, and also he gave advice to Frank Sinatra when he was acting because he was in a movie with him, and he said, well, how'd you act? And Jimmy Durante told them, know your lines and know your cues, and you're going to do fine. I thought that was nice and simple and
Frank
good advice.
Sinatra, I do know that one. I grew up listening to him, so that at least I can know one of those.
Okay, as much as I'm enjoying this, are we ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Linda,
Yes, sir.
call Eddie Garcia and tell him we're ready for a plea if he's ready or available.
Okay.
Judge Chris Castro here. I just wanted to verify you had my client's plea paperwork with you for Domingo Zapata.
What you got?
Domingo Zapata.
What about him?
I just want to make sure you have the plea paperwork.
What's his case number?
Case number is 656-783.
656.
783.
You know what? I don't think we have it. All right, well, 656. Linda, is he on our list? 656-783. You have all the paperwork in, sir? Chris?
Yes, Judge.
I'll be darned, no, I don't. I'm glad you asked. I'll try to add to it now. And Christopher, were you the attorney you originally under?
No, Judge, I believe it's under Jesse Hernandez.
Under who?
Jesse Hernandez.
Hernandez?
Hernandez.
With an F or an H?
Oh, actually, you know what? This one's under John Bettis.
And you're here for him, Chris. Christopher. What's your last name real quick?
Castro.
Castro.
Or if I'm in a different county, sometimes it's Castro.
And what's the original charge?
DWI.
Misdemeanor?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
We don't have all the paperwork, Judge.
He does or does not?
No, does not.
Okay, that's a problem. So you're gonna have to be excused from this group.
If we can, Judge, I can figure out what he's missing, and if Mr. Castro is available, I'm free this afternoon. If you're free, of course. I just don't know what he's missing because ADA Morgan had made the offer back in August, so I'm not sure what's missing.
I filled the paperwork out with my client this morning, Judge. If I can just go in a breakout room with him, make sure everything actually got submitted. If not, we can recall this case.
We'll be glad to put you in there. What's the case number, Chris?
656-783.
Just like you told me. 656
It's actually under 641-377, Judge, on page 2.
601,
641-377.
641.
It's on the top of page 2.
Yes. Domingo. Sunday Zapata. All right. You're gonna put them in breakout so they can see what's going on.
Okay, who am I putting? Chris, you and who?
Mr. Zapata,
Where is?
Domingo
there you are.
Zapata.
Domingo Zapata, he's here.
Got you.
All right.
Yeah, this is Kirk Sherman. I need a Donald Deary in a breakout room whenever the court's ready.
You got what?
Donald Deary is in jail, and I could use him in a breakout room whenever you're ready.
All right.
Thanks.
Kirk Sherman.
Yes, sir.
It's only 10:30, Kirk.
I've been up for hours. Am I really? Is that your point?
Linda, place Mr. Sherman in breakout with his client.
Actually, we didn't bring him over. He's in jail, Judge.
Yeah, I know, but can't he be placed in breakout?
No, because we didn't bring the defendant over from on Zoom.
Okay, Kurt, you're gonna have to find a way to either do it by computer or go see him physically.
May I be excused then?
Are we resetting this? How many days?
So what's the status, Mr. Sherman? Have you conferred or anything on this?
Spoken to him, I've represented him many times, so I assume he's wanting to get it worked out as soon as the court's ready for him. I thought that's why we're coming today. If you want to pick a day next week to bring him, well, I'd be very surprised if we didn't work it out.
672-541, Judge, on page 6. The very first one on page
Right.
6.
That's been reset 4 times, okay. Obviously, you're aware that, are you taking care of the felonies too, Kurt?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, so where are we on those felonies? Because he's got 2 of them.
I'm sorry. I think he has pled on all those, but I want to double check before I represent that to you. And working out the misdemeanors, even if those are pending, won't hurt him with his criminal history if he wants to do that.
Well, let's recall this in 2 weeks, Linda. Let's get a definitive idea of where we're at on this and see if we can't dispose of it.
March 24th.
I'll be here.
Okay.
On time, Kirk?
On time.
All right.
I'm always on time, Judge. The only reason I was late this morning is I was in another court, so I don't come in late very often.
If you're not going to be here on time, at least let us know, okay?
I'll be glad to, sir.
All right. Then let's see who we have right now for the pleas. You're excused at this time, Kirk.
Thank you.
All right. Blake Etheridge, are you here? All right. So we're not doing Blake Etheridge. How about Ricardo Briones on Anderson? That's not either. Rene Munoz?
Yes, Judge, we're present and ready.
All right, very good. Patrick Lamas.
We're also present and ready, Your Honor.
All right, Eduardo Garcia.
He was in the 186, I believe, or 227,
Okay.
and he's supposed to be appearing in the courtroom.
All right, so
I've
he's not
forgotten
here.
about that. No, he's not here. He
Right now. So we
should
got
be
3
coming
and
into the
4.
courtroom.
All right, number 6, John Garcia, you're ready, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Juan Castañeda. Juan Castañeda.
Present, sir.
All right. Mr.
Judge, and
Castañeda.
also Madison Planty, that one's ready, and Mr. Kirby's here too.
Mr. Walland, are you here?
I'm here.
All right. Let's see. Juan Castañeda, Ms. Madison Planty. Ms.
I'm
Planty?
present, Your Honor.
Very good. I don't see you, but I hear you.
My bad.
All righty.
Yes.
Angela
Uh-huh.
Angelica Ramirez. Angelica
I'm,
Ramirez.
yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
I don't see you.
Sorry. Here.
Okay, and Benjamin Galvan. Benjamin Galvan.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, with the 4 of you, and I don't see you, Mr. Galvan. I gotta see you. Mr. Galvan, I need to see you. All right. With the 4 of you that I just mentioned, would you please raise your right hand? I see Ms. Planty. I see Juan Castañeda, your right hand.
You need to see me do that, like for real, right now?
I need to see you raise your right hand.
All right.
Benjamin Galvan. Okay. And Angelica Ramirez.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do each of you solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Angelica Ramirez.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, hold on, Judge. Benjamin, we can't see you, Benjamin.
Yes, yes.
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes.
All right. Ms. Ramirez, you may put your hand down.
Thank you.
Benjamin, again, we can't see you.
You have to think me the whole time I'm playing with my daughter. That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm playing with my daughter. She's over here digging with
Okay,
a shovel.
well, we
She's
need to
shovel.
see
You know what I mean?
you.
I'm gonna try and leave her.
We need to see you.
All right. Well,
Can y'all please try to be still during
Okay, we're gonna eliminate Mr. Galvan at this time. He'll have to worry about it later. All right.
But
Juan Castañeda.
Yes, sir.
All right. And to the oath, do you so swear? Do you solemnly swear that the information and responses you'll provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Mr. Castañeda, you're muted right now.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that she was talking. Yes, sir, I do.
All right, you may put your hand down. Madison Planty.
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so the 3 of you that are cooperating, we're going to get this done now. Each of you has been, I'm informed that each of you wants to submit a plea on some criminal offense that you have worked out that plea with the district attorney's office. Before we proceed, I need you 3 to know and understand that you have constitutional rights and protections. One is the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to submit written paperwork. Especially papers that have your signature and admit or confess to wrongdoing. Do you understand you have that right, Ms. Planty,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Castañeda,
Yes, sir.
and Ms. Ramirez?
Yes, sir.
All right. Each of you has a right to a jury trial. That means you and your attorney, working with the state, could select 6 disinterested citizens that would hear and see any and all evidence, if any, that is submitted before the jury, and the jury would decide, those 6 people, they would decide whether you're not guilty or whether you have been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Do you understand you have that right, each of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Each of you has the right of confrontation. That means you can confront, you can face your accusers, any person. If you go to trial, any person who testifies, you and your attorney can question, cross-examine, or challenge. Do you understand you have those rights, Ms. Ramirez,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Planty,
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Castañeda?
Yes, sir.
Each of you has the right to appeal. The right of appeal means that you or your attorney, or the 2 of you together, can demand that a higher court review the official record and the evidence in your particular hearing for whatever legal challenge you wanted to make. You have to be careful about the right to appeal.
All you have to do is come up here, hit the button, make sure you're on the camera, and then just hit the green button. Yeah.
It is a little bit difficult to carry out the right of appeal because you have time limitations and certain legal requirements. Nonetheless, it is an important right that I remind you of. Each of you and the state in your individual cases has the right to demand that this proceeding be held in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we've not been doing that. We hope to do it in the near future, but right now we're not. To proceed, you had to review and sign a document that's titled Defendant's Consent to Video Conference. This is being streamed on YouTube Live, but it is nonetheless, it is not the open public courtroom, and you have a right to demand that. But you did sign, each of you signed a document consenting to do this by video conferencing, and in fact, the state did too, because they have the same right. Are you aware of, and did you sign that document, Angelica Ramirez?
Yes, sir.
Madison Planty,
Yes, sir.
and Juan Castañeda?
Yes, sir.
All right. There's other documents that you've signed. There's 2 or 3 others. First of all, there's one that's titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights in Courts Admonitions. There's one that's titled Trial Courts Admonitions or Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And there's also your application in some of your cases for probation. These documents, did you review them with your attorney before you signed them? Mr. Castañeda,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Planty,
Yes, sir.
and Ms. Ramirez?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Ramirez, you were originally charged with driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 or higher, which is commonly referred to as extremely intoxicated. Are you aware that that was a charge against you?
Yes, sir.
All right, state, you have a motion.
Yes, Judge, the state is going to move to amend the information, add count 2 of obstruction, and we're going to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed solely on the obstruction.
All right. Ms. Ramirez, that's good news because that means you're no longer charged with DWI at all. You're now charged with obstruction of a passageway, highway, or waterway. To that charge, ma'am, how do you plead?
Guilty.
a plea of guilty is sufficient for me by itself to convict you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did anyone threaten you, intimidate you, or promise you anything other than this deal in exchange for your plea of guilty?
No, sir.
All right, I find that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I do not. Because I see that part of the agreement is to grant you deferred adjudication. The deferred adjudication is a written legal binding agreement, ma'am, that you will live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision. If you live up to all of those, the charge of obstruction will be dismissed and you're not even convicted of that. So it's a very beneficial deal that you've got. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The other side of it is if you fail or refuse to live up to 100% of the conditions, the state may ask me to give you notice, bring you in for a hearing, and if I think the evidence supports it, I will convict you at that time. And you're subject to 100% of the punishment, which is a fine from $0 to $2,000 and jail from 0 days to 180 days. All of that would be on the table if you fail or refuse. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Delco, would you recite into the record what you believe is the agreement that y'all have made that you are recommending for my consideration?
Yes, Judge, 14 months of deferred adjudication, no early termination of community supervision, $500 fine plus court costs, 75 hours of community service, $50 to Crime Stoppers, $75 to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, DWI education, Victim Impact Panel Live, top evaluation and follow recommendations, 7 months of ignition interlock.
Mr. Lamas, is this the agreement you have reached?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Ramirez, are you in agreement with this?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have children you support?
I do.
How many children do you have, ma'am?
I just have one.
And how old is that child?
He's 4.
All righty. Do you have the help of the father in child support?
I do not.
Tell me why you don't.
I wanted to keep it more, I guess, civil. I didn't want to, trouble him with doing that. It is a very he's kind of terrible, but I just wanted to get away from that.
Your Honor, if I may, I did speak to Ms. Ramirez about this issue. He does support the child in some ways. They do split custody of the child. Whenever the child is in his custody, he does support the child and pays for everything while living with him.
How often does the child live with his father?
We have an agreement just to do 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So I get 2 weeks and he gets 2 weeks.
All right, so you have pretty well
Yeah, it's 50-50.
split possession.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what is your total income and from what?
I work at the Home Depot and I make roughly around 24 a month, 2,400 a month.
All right. I'm going to lower the fine to $350.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You have a burden as it is with, it is your responsibility, but it is still a burden. To take care of that little fella. The little boy,
Yeah, he is a boy.
your supervisory fee, I'm gonna set it at $27 a month.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, You have 7 days to come into the office
Okay.
and have your thumbprint placed on the documents that are required by law.
Okay.
You'll also meet, before you don't leave this proceeding, you need to meet with the court liaison officer. She's going to start you off on the probation program. At probation, they're going to read to you the conditions that you have to live up to, and then you will sign them, and they're going to put a copy in your hands. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Stick around, please. Madison Planty,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were charged with DWI, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wallen, was that a DWI misdemeanor B?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, and is this essentially a deferred adjudication?
Yes, it is.
All right. State, what is your motion, if any?
Judge, the state was going to be proceeding with the DWIs as charged. However, defendant Planty has not signed off on the plea paperwork, so I'm not sure if there's an agreement at this point.
I thought I did. Let me double check.
Ms. Flores, are the papers completed on Ms. Planty?
No, you obviously didn't get arrested the same day as that.
We
Hello?
have everything but the plea agreement, Judge.
No, you didn't get arrested so much later.
Okay, then that's not complete. All right, Juan Castañeda. Juan Castañeda,
Yes, sir. My bad. I was yawning.
all right, you were charged with assault bodily injury. Is
Yes,
this ABI straight up, Mr. Delco, or is it family?
Judge, this is just was regular ABI.
All right. And is there any motion from the state on that?
No, Judge.
Mr. Castañeda, to the charge of assault bodily injury, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
You sound like you're asking, not telling. Mr. Munoz, what is going to be the plea here?
Yes, Your Honor. I went over this with him. He was just a little bit confused as to the legal terminology, but he just wished, in fact, to plead guilty, Judge, before the court.
So he is pleading guilty.
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
That was my question. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Castañeda, do you understand that on a plea of guilty, I can convict you here and now based on your plea alone? Not only that, but any evidence. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I do understand.
Did anyone threaten you, intimidate you, or promise you anything other than a plea agreement in exchange for your plea of guilty?
No, sir.
All right. Is there any kind of probation application on this? I don't think there was, Mr. Munoz.
No, Your Honor, there's no application for probation. The recommendation before the court is for a judgment satisfied time served, I believe, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Delco, would you please recite into the record the recommendation?
Yes, sir. 9 days Bear County Jail, fine of $700 plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money were to run concurrent. The state is asking that this satisfy the judgment.
All right. Is this the agreement, Mr. Munoz?
Yes, yes, it is, Judge. That's
Mr.
the agreement.
Castañeda, is this the agreement?
Yes, sir. It is.
All right. I approve the agreement and accept it. You are sentenced to 9 days Bear County Jail. $700 fine. Court cost. Time and credit for time served, time and money run concurrent. The court finds that you have satisfied the judgment and you owe nothing further to the state of Texas or to this court on case number 661888. Mr. Castañeda, you must come by the office of County Court of Law number 5 to have your thumbprint placed on the documents as required by law. Any questions, Mr. Castañeda?
No, sir.
You have
Yes,
7
sir.
days to come in. Pardon me?
Would I be able to receive the address somehow to where does it have to go?
I'm sorry.
Yes, Juan. I'll get you that information.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
All right. Then at this time, Mr. Castañeda, Mr. Munoz, you're both excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Who seeks to approach?
Attorney John Garcia.
Yes, sir, Mr. Garcia, what you got?
I had conferred with my client. We're ready to go on the plea.
That's on Benjamin Galvan.
Benjamin Galvan, yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor.
Mr. Benjamin Galvan.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, since my plea is finished, may I be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Benjamin Galvan.
Never done this before.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The button to turn green. and you'll be
All right. Mr. Galvan.
Your Honor, excuse me, Judge. I'm in the courtroom now, Judge. Before you start that plea, I'm ready to go on my plea if we're gonna do them together.
Okay.
On Ariana Agueros.
Yes, sir. Is Ms. Agüeros present in the courtroom or is she
She's on Zoom, Judge.
on Zoom?
I had to be in court this morning, so I decided just to stop by and open court.
Right, I understand. Let's see. Is Blake Etheridge back?
No, Judge, he's in probate court right now.
About
He's not back yet. He said-
Ricardo Briones.
No, he's not back either.
All right, so then we have Mr. Eduardo Garcia on Ariana Agüeros, and we have Mr.
Benjamin Galvan.
Benjamin Galvan. All right. Mr. Galvan and Ms. Agüeros, would you please raise your right hands? Do each of you solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Mr. Galvan.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Agüeros.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You may put your hands down. You each have indicated that there's going to be a plea that you have, you and your attorneys have worked out with the state. Before we proceed, you need to know and understand that you have certain rights and protections that you not only have, but you're going to be giving up in order to plead. That includes, first of all, the right to remain silent, meaning that neither one of you can be required or compelled to make a statement, answer questions, or submit written paperwork that has your signature. Do you understand you have those rights, Ms. Agüeros? Hello,
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Can you
Galvan.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Each of you has the right to a jury trial, meaning that you and your attorney, working with the state, could select 6 disinterested citizens that would hear and see any evidence, if any is presented, and you, those 6 people would decide whether you're not guilty or whether you've been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. It's called the right to a jury trial. Understand you have that right, Mr. Galvan?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Agüeros.
Yes, sir.
Each of you has the right of confrontation. That means if you go to trial, anyone that testifies, you and your attorney can question, cross-examine, or challenge for any legal reason that you believe is appropriate. Do you understand you have that right, Ms. Agüeros?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Galvan?
Yes, sir.
Each of you has a right of appeal. That means that you yourself, your attorney by himself or herself, or the 2 of you together, you and your attorney, could demand that a higher court review the official record and the evidence in this case for whatever legal challenge you wanted to make. That's called the right of appeal. It is difficult to do because it has time limitations and requirements of different forms and information. But that is an important right. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Mr. Galvan
Yes, sir.
and Ms. Agüeros?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, each of you in your own case and the state in your case have a right to demand that this matter be held in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that. But in order to proceed, each of you has reviewed and signed a document that's titled Defendant's Consent to Video Conference. In other words, this proceeding is being done by computer. It is being live streamed on YouTube, but nonetheless, it is not in the open public courtroom as is required. Do you understand that you have given up the right to demand that, Ms. Agüeros?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Galvan?
I do now, yes, sir.
All right. Pardon me?
Nothing, yes, sir.
Pardon me? I didn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, there's other documents that are critically important, as they all are. First is a document titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. A document titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And at least in one case, an application for probation. You understand that those documents have your name, case number, and court number for the that you have signed. Before you signed those documents, did you talk to your attorney and review those documents, excuse me, with your attorney, Mr. Galvan?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Agüeros?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Galvan, what was he originally charged with, Mr. Garcia? John Garcia today?
I'm looking on the paperwork right now, Your Honor.
Judge, it was resisting arrest.
Resisting arrest.
All right. That is a Class A misdemeanor, punishable by a fine from $0 to $4,000 and jail from 0 days to 1 year. Mr. Galvan, to that charge, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
A no contest plea in this court is considered a guilty plea. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And just by itself is sufficient for me to convict you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there any kind of motion from the state?
No, Judge.
All right. Based on your plea of no contest and the evidence, I find that you are guilty, Mr. Galvan. Mr. excuse me, Mr. Delco, would you recite into the record the agreement that you believe has been reached?
3 days, Bear County Jail, fine
How
of
many?
$0. Three.
I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3. 3, Judge.
3 days. All right, sir.
A $0 fine. Credit for time served. Time and money are to run concurrent, and the state requests to satisfy the judgment.
All right. Mr. Galvan, is this your agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garcia, is this the agreement?
Yes, that's our understanding of the agreement, Your Honor.
All right. And the court approves the agreement. You are sentenced to 3 days Bear County Jail. 0 fine, 0 court costs. Court grants you credit for time served, time and money run concurrent. The court finds that you have satisfied this judgment and you owe nothing further to the state of Texas or to this court on case number 676510. Mr. Galvan, you have 7 days to come by and have your thumbprint placed on these documents as required by law. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. Stay out of trouble.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are
May we be
excused this
excused,
time.
Your Honor?
You're both excused, but don't forget, Mr. Galvan, you need to come by and have your thumbprint placed on documents.
Yes, sir.
Miss-
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Agüeros, what was the charge on Ms. Agüeros?
Let's see. So on Ms. Aguayos, it was originally, I believe, a misdemeanor with BAC. I think.
Commonly called extremely intoxicated, is that correct?
No, Your Honor, it was not.
No, it was a DWI.
DWI first.
Okay,
My mistake, Judge. I'm sorry.
all right. Is there a motion from the state?
Yes, the state is going to waive, or I'm sorry, amend the information to add count 2 of obstruction. And we're going to abandon count 1 and proceed on obstruction.
Okay, now, you're saying you're gonna amend. Is the DWI first misdemeanor B starts off with count 1 DWI and count 2, does it not?
Sometimes I don't believe I was the ADA who signed off on this. Let me check the system though.
I can answer that, Judge. It was just amended yesterday to add count 2.
Okay, did not have count 2 to begin with?
Not in the original information.
All right, then to the amendment, Mr. Eduardo Garcia, do you object?
No objection.
And do you waive the 10-day notice on
Yes, Your
amendment?
Honor. Yes.
The court grants the motion and notes the waiver of the 10-day notice. To that charge, Ms. Agüeros, that is to obstruction of a passageway, highway, or waterway, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Did anyone threaten you, intimidate you, or promise you anything other than the plea bargain in exchange for your plea of guilty to obstruction?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I accept your plea of guilty. I find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I do not. I will hear it from the state, the recommendations on punishment.
12 months of deferred adjudication, no early termination, $250 fine plus court costs, 50 hours of service, $50 to Crime Stoppers, BWI education, victim impact panel live, TAP evaluation, 6 months of ignition interlock. The state will also be TICing cause number 673187.
Anything else, sir?
No, Judge.
Mr. Garcia, is this your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor, and I will inform the court that my client has already completed the DWI education program and the victim impact panel, and ask your permission that she provide those certificates to her probation officer.
The court will accept that on the presentation of documentation. The court will grant credit accordingly. The court approves. Ms. Agüeros, is this your understanding of the agreement? Ms. Agüeros, is this your understanding of the agreement that's been reached?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The court approves the agreement. I'll remind you that a deferred adjudication requires you to live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision. Those conditions have essentially been read into the record, and I approve those. Now, do you have children you support?
No, Your Honor.
And what is your total income from all sources?
About, I would say 2,000 a month.
How much?
Like about 2,000 a month.
Okay. I thought I heard you say 10,000. I said, holy camole.
I wish.
Yeah, we all do. All right. The court approves the agreement, and I set your supervisory fee at $32 a month.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, ma'am. You have 7 days to come in and have your thumbprint placed on documents as required by law. And you will also meet with the community liaison officer. She will get you, a court liaison officer, pardon me. She'll get you started on the probation. Her name is Maricela Luna. She's on the screen. She'll get you started. You will sign papers, maybe not necessarily today, but the probation office will read to you the conditions. You will sign them. They'll put a copy in your hands. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Stay out of trouble. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. We have anybody else ready?
Your
Judge,
Honor, it's Brenda Levenstein. I'm in the courtroom.
Brenda Levenstein.
My client is John Benavides. He's on the Zoom.
Okay. And what are you doing on him?
I guess I need to confer with the state. They were going to try to reach the complainant.
Okay. You say Mr. Benavides finally appeared?
I think he's been here all morning.
Well, he
Yes.
didn't answer when I called him.
No, yes, I did, Your Honor. You mentioned about Judge Benavides swearing you in.
Oh, yeah. You're correct. I apologize for that. You're right. Okay. Brenda,
Yes?
you're going to confer?
Yes.
All righty. Anybody else? Attorneys need to report.
yes, Judge, Chris Castro here. Mr. Zapata's completed the documents, the plea documents. I believe it's in your queue, waiting for your signature. So hoping we can go forward with that plea today.
They were not finished though by this morning, right?
They were finished right before docket, Judge, so I do apologize.
Okay, we're going to recall you in 1 week to take care of those. Linda, recall this matter in 1 week for the completion of the plea.
Can you do the 17th, Chris? It'll be in person.
In person, I have quite a bit going on that morning, but I will be in the Bear County Courthouse. So
Okay, all right.
All right, who else?
Judge, just Alex Sharf.
Alex Sharp, what you got? It's a nice blue suit you're wearing, man.
What? Oh, thank you. Jacob Lava.
Yes, sir.
Case number.
606-768 and 650-720.
Right. Yes, sir. He's been here all morning.
Yes.
I saw Sean Brown. Are you here for Sean
That's
Brown,
right.
Alex?
Yeah, I am. Yes, Judge, I am. And hopefully I put it on the Zoom, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, I conferred with Mr. Delco. Between the last court date and this court date, my client was sued by, in the most recent case, was sued. And so I asked Mr. Delco if he could talk to the complainants about the restitution that they're asking for. But I do believe that this case will end up in a plea.
All right. As of right now, though, you have a motion to revoke probation. Have y'all agreed to postpone this to look into that? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Judge.
All right. The state then will confer with the complainant.
Yes.
All right. Let's give you 30 days for that, and that'll be it.
Okay. That sounds great. Thank you, Judge.
I'm sorry, how long, Judge?
30 days.
April the 7th.
All right.
Okay. Did we ever get Elizabeth Russell here? Is she here still or not?
No.
Hey, Judge, this is Jacob Lotto. May I be excused?
What is that on, Mr. Letta?
That's the one that Alex just talked to you about, Judge.
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, you're excused, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Next attorney or attorneys.
Judge, this is Kirby Wallen on Madison Plante. Yeah. Last piece of part of plea paperwork has been signed and submitted. Don't know if you want to continue the plea or reset it for a week.
I'm gonna reset it. If we don't have them complete when we start today, you're gonna be recalled.
Okay. And
Linda?
317, and that's in person, Kirby.
I can't do the 17th.
Okay, what
I
day
can do that
can you?
Either 16th or the 18th.
Let's do the 18th.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Maybe both be excused.
Yes, sir. You're excused. Take care.
Thank you.
Attorneys, who's next?
Your Honor, this is Attorney Briones.
Ricardo Briones. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
What's
Yeah.
going on? You had
I have Mr. Danny Anderson set for a plea today, Your Honor,
right.
and I think we're ready.
Pardon me?
I think we're ready, Your Honor.
Yeah, we've been waiting for you.
I apologize, Your Honor. I was in
Where
another
you been?
I was in another court, Your Honor. I'm so sorry.
Okie dokie. What's the name of that case?
It's Danny Anderson.
He's on the add-on list, Judge.
I know, but I'm looking for it on my book here where I've got people ready to go.
Okay.
I'm here, sir.
No wonder I couldn't find it right at the very top of the page where I could see it. All right, who else we got? Anybody else needs to handle a plea right now? Okay, attorney's report before I take the plea. It's going to take a few minutes, so let's hear from you. If you need any attention, let's do it. No attorneys. All right, then.
Your Honor, I need to confer with the state. This is Brenda Levinstein.
All right, Mr. Delco, do you have Mr. Wright available?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Wright should still be here.
All right, Jeffrey Wright, would you please confer with Ms. Levinstein?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, sir. All right, then, Mr. Danny Anderson, what was the original charge on Mr. Anderson, Mr. Briones? The original charge?
I believe it was a DWI, correct, Your Honor.
DWI what?
Yeah, believe it was a DWI, Your Honor.
Misdemeanor B?
No, Judge, it was a DWI second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, DWI second. Does the state have any motions?
We're going to waive and abandon the DWI second. We're going to proceed on a DWI first.
All right. Mr. Anderson. Danny Anderson?
I think you're on mute, Mr. Anderson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Mr. Anderson, before we proceed, it is obviously my understanding that you are going to enter a plea that you and your attorney have negotiated with the state. Before doing that or accepting that in this proceeding, I want you to know and understand you have certain particular protections and rights from the Constitution and laws that in essence, you're giving up by entering a plea. First of all, you have the right to remain silent. That means you do not have to say anything. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to submit written paperwork with your signature, especially if you admit or confess to wrongdoing in those papers. That's the right to remain silent. You understand you have that right.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a jury trial. That means you and your attorney with the state could select 6 disinterested citizens to see and hear any and all evidence, if at all. And they, the 6 people, would decide whether you're not guilty or you have been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. That's called the right to a jury trial. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to confrontation of witnesses, meaning that if you go to trial, any person who testifies would be subject to you and your attorney making questions, objections, cross-examination. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, there's a right called the right to appeal. You and your attorney or individually have the right to ask a higher court to review the official record and evidence in this matter and decide any legal challenges. That right is important, but it is difficult to exercise because you have time limitations and you have to submit appropriate or proper documents and information. That's the right to appeal. You also have the right, as does the state, in your particular case, the right to demand that this proceeding be held in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that. And what we're doing instead is doing it by video conference that is live streamed on YouTube. The thing is, though, that you have to sign and agree, consent to video conference. Did you in fact review with your attorney a document of that nature, signing it and giving consent to do this by video conference?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, there are other documents that you have signed. One of them being the document. All these documents, by the way, identify you by name, case number, and court number. And you've signed several other documents. One that is critically important is titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. That document reminds you and repeats for you in writing the rights and protections I have mentioned to you. The discussion I've had with you has been recorded by our certified court reporter, but here in this document, it is repeated in writing. This document also repeats that any deal that you've made with the state is totally subject to my approval. I'm not bound by that deal. Also, the document tells you that I'm the one that decides ultimately whether we accept your deal or not, or whether what the punishment is that we will place on you. Did you see and sign such a document?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's also a document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. It repeats or informs you that because you've made an agreement, your own deal, you are giving up the right to appeal. Did you see and understand that and sign that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're also applying for deferred adjudication probation. Is that correct?
No, Judge, this is going to be just a straight probation offer, seeing as it was a DWI second that's been moved.
All right. I had notes. Okay, well, that's fine. To the charge of DWI misdemeanor B, commonly known as DWI first, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty, Your
Are you pleading guilty? Did anyone threaten you, intimidate you, or promise you anything other than the plea agreement in exchange for your plea of guilty?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Delco and Mr. Briones, you're telling me that this is going to be a straight probation, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Anderson, a probation, when we say straight probation, it is a written legal binding agreement between you and this court that you will live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision. If you do that, you don't see this court again. You'll be free, rather you'll be subject to the conditions, and upon completion of the conditions, you'll have no further obligation to the court. If you fail or refuse to live up to the conditions, then the jail sentence, which will be suspended or probated, will be available for a consideration for the court to revoke the suspension or probation of the jail sentence, and you'll be subject to being placed in jail. Do you understand that? Mr. Anderson,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you understand what I just said?
I was just making sure you heard me, sir.
I'm sorry?
I was just making sure you heard me. I don't know if my mic's not working or what's going on.
All right. Based on your plea, let me also warn you. The fact that this was reduced to a DWI misdemeanor B, or what's called a DWI first, you will have a DWI second on your, 2 DWIs on your record. And if you have the misfortune of being arrested again for DWI, it will be in the felony category. Do you understand that?
Sir.
All right. Also, the fact that this is a DWI, a second DWI, although it's not technically what's called a DWI second for punishment purposes, you need to know and understand that you are subject to a fine that the state can impose on you, close to $5,000, separate and apart from this proceeding. Did you discuss that with him, Mr. Briones?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then, based on your plea of guilty, I find that you are guilty. And Mr. Delco, would you please recite the agreement on punishment?
180 days Bear County Jail, suspended and probated for 14 months. Fine of $400 plus court costs, 60 hours of service, DWI intervention, victim impact panel live, TAP evaluation, and random urine analysis. And that'll be all from the state on that matter, Judge.
All right, what did you say after, let's see. DWI intervention, dip
Yes, sir.
live, then what?
TAP eval,
TAP,
and then random urine analysis.
And ignition interlock?
Yes, sir. I believe that's required by law. So it's going to be 7 months of II. It was just an
Right.
oversight on the documents.
Right, okay.
Your Honor.
Anything? Yes,
I've already had interlock for over almost close to a year for pretrial services. Does that count for anything? Because it's really expensive, and gas is really expensive, and my mom has trouble breathing, and it's hard for her to drive my vehicle when the situation arises. I mean, it seems like I've been punished already for that, you know?
I understand.
The whole time I'm
But the problem is that on DWI second, at least the original charge, the ignition interlock is really appropriate and necessary.
Even when you blow triple zeros?
I'm sorry?
Even when you blow triple zeros on both my DWIs? I don't drink.
Well, you have the right to refuse this deal.
Well,
That's
this
your
wasn't
choice.
part of the deal. The interlock was nowhere in the deal. I didn't sign on any interlock on my deal.
Okay.
Your Honor, this time the state is going to revoke the plea
We're
and we'll
gonna-
go back to the
Excuse me.
drawing table.
Hello?
Yes,
We're
sir.
going to discontinue this plea at this time. Mr. Briones, I recommend that you confer with your client and let us know whether you're going to accept this deal, which right now he's rejecting. He has the right to reject it. He is not accepting it. So we're through for today on this plea. We'll have to reconvene, come back and see what, if any, plea is reached, or you can go to trial. That's strictly up to you guys. So this concludes the plea on 659-373. There is no plea at this time. Attorneys, anybody else?
Your Honor, can I have a breakout room with my client, please?
Mr. Briones?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I have a breakout room with my client, please? Or if not, I can.
Of course.
Thank you.
All righty. Attorneys, anybody else need to report? Okey dokey.
Mr. Anderson?
Looks like Mr. Anderson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to know where you were so I can put you in a breakout room with Mr. Ricardo. Hold on.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Attorney Etheridge. We're ready to proceed on a plea for Mr. Crandall.
Is it convenient to you, Mr. Etheridge?
Whatever is good for you, Your Honor.
Well, it's now 11:32 and we've been waiting for you.
I apologize. I was stuck in a probate meeting. So we can do this now or whenever is convenient for you. Come back this afternoon or I'll come into court.
All right. We call this for tomorrow morning, Ms. Flores.
Yes, Judge, I'll recall it for the morning.
Okay, well, I'll be available immediately at 9 o'clock. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll call it at 9 and then we'll probably take the plea approximately 10:30. Depending upon the number of cases we have, Mr. Etheridge.
All right, thank you.
I'd be glad to accommodate you, but I have to go see a doctor in a little while.
Okay, hope everything is well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Bye-bye.
Brenda Levin.
Your Honor, okay, I conferred with the state and he gave me an offer. And can I have some time to go over that with my client? I have other Zooms to go to, and I need to go back to another courtroom here at the courthouse. So could I just have some little time to talk to Mr. Benavides outside this Zoom?
Yes, ma'am. Brenda,
Yes.
a lot of ladies, their hair seems to lighten or get gray or.
Mine's gray. If you want, I mean. if you
No,
look really
the question is, yours appears to be getting darker now. Maybe it's my.
Well, I'm telling you, you could have this color hair too. I can show you how. No big, and then for the roots, there's this spray stuff or powder. I mean, my daughter said on my deathbed, she's gonna help keep my hair red, so.
Well, let's hope that'll be many, 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 many years from now.
Yeah. Well, knock on wood.
All right, kiddo.
Okay, so Mr. Benavides, I'm sorry that you sat here all morning, but I'll get with you as soon as I'm finished with my other stuff today, okay?
How many days, Judge?
Pardon me?
How many days are we resetting Brenda's?
What do you need, Brenda?
Can I have like a 30-day reset?
Only because your hair is so dark.
Well, frankly, gray hair is not very accommodating. And so I have to do it like more and more frequently, but I do it myself with the, $7 box from the grocery store. And I told my husband, I think we've saved like millions of dollars over there.
I'll tell you what, blessed are those who have enough hair that they can do that with.
Well, you could dye your mustache.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I can dye. All right.
Okay, all right.
Thank you,
Mr. Benavides, I'll call you when I'm finished, or I'll text you and we'll talk later, okay?
Brenda,
Yes.
can
Right.
can you come by and see me when you have a chance?
Okay.
Okay. I need
All
to
right.
talk to you about another case.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I thought she was
All
about
right.
to ask for some hair advice.
Okay, who do we have left over, folks?
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Mr. Crandall? Yes, sir. Of course you're excused. You're gonna
Thank
be
you, sir.
back
Have a
in the
great day.
morning, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be here at 9 a.m.
Already, very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You too.
I can be excused now,
So
right,
we got
Judge?
Jeffrey Red Delta. Who's TCLA A3? TCL A3, who's that? TCL A3?
Hello? I don't know, but I'm gonna remove them.
I don't know who that is.